Hey, welcome back to the Ascend Bible Church podcast. This is a special episode. Today we're hanging out in our space, somewhat due to creativity, honestly just more due to scheduling.
Yeah, my
things.
schedule's nuts right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. What do we
deliveries?
What all do we have being delivered here today?
We had just had cabinets delivered for the kids' spaces, and then we've got chairs coming later. So yeah, lots of different things.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a fun episode for us to look back on, kind of go like, man, that was a crazy, chaotic season.
Yeah.
But more than anything, we want to celebrate our church turns 2 years old.
Yeah.
Technically turned 2 years old 3 days ago. October 1st was our first Sunday.
First Sunday was October
there you
1st.
Go. So yeah, I got to be refreshed, and we're only 2 years old. So yeah, again, 2 years, wild. Some ways it feels like it's been forever. Some ways it feels like we literally are just getting started as a church.
Yeah.
And so we just want to take some fun, shorter episode, just, think through some of our favorite memories, our favorite moments. We're actually recording this a couple days after we did a prayer and worship night here in this space.
Yeah.
Which was super special. It was super sweet. John, I mean, you enjoy it, your family, thoughts from prayer and worship?
Yeah. No,
I'm
it was
bringing
good.
This one on him.
No, it was good. I was just looking around the space, and even since Sunday, it's changed already so much.
Yeah, if you guys could see, you can kind of see the gray walls that have changed since Sunday.
But yeah, just it was a good night. It was good to see people in the space.
Yeah.
You and I were already joking, like it already feels full. But we also weren't. We also weren't like scrunched up to the front. So
yeah.
So, but yeah, it's good to see people in the space. It's good to see people excited about the space, and just to be here and worshiping and praying.
Yeah,
which is what we want to do in here. So
yeah, and I've not figured out like how yet to still process this, like verbally process this. But it was so interesting for me, like. It's been a corporate journey, but it's been such a personal journey too. The Lord calls us to plant a church. You go to Redeemer, you pray about where, and then, you go do all these things, and then the Lord brings people to do it with you. And I think for me, Sunday night, I almost didn't even know how to receive, like people were coming in and they're getting emotional.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see, but it's like, I don't even know how to, like, I can barely process my own emotions.
Right.
Let alone to be able to interpret like what's God's going to do in someone else's heart.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. Like just super fun to see. So yeah, 2 years old, John, give me some of your favorite, let's go like memories, but moments, like specific things that you're like, man, this was a really cool moment.
Well, I always remember you and I in the Redeemer parking lot setting up the pipe and drape, trying to see how many we had.
I thought about that the other day.
Yeah.
How many 100-foot runs we could make?
How many 100-foot runs we could make? 3, by the way.
It was pretty hot that day too.
And it was so hot.
Yeah.
Like early September, late August, sometime around there.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna and I running over to Redeemer on September 30th to get the sign out of the trailer, and then stuffing it into my Traverse, like literally over our heads.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there ducking, trying to drive from Redeemer to Perry 6 just to put the signs out.
I reposted the picture of her in front of the signs the other day. I think it's just a special picture to see.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Like that was the early on stuff. And then, just trying to like worshiping in the gym for the first time was really cool.
The move to the gym was cool.
The move to the gym. Thinking about, being in that cafeteria and then being in the gym and then just watching it kind of fill up has been really cool to watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes me think of like the people the Lord brings too.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me has been the like, I remember us praying like, okay, we want to plant a church in this community because we know the nations are here, but having no plan how to reach them. And we're still working on that. Like, how do we reach people with the gospel and connect with them? We talk to so many people, but it's like, how do we actually, minister to them beyond the first interaction? Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. But when the Lord started to bring people that we really had no knowledge of before, no conversations with, but yet the Lord was doing something in their heart that was aligned with the heart and vision for our church. That was pretty cool for me. Like, and that all kind of happened at the same time.
Yeah. They kind of came in waves.
Yeah.
Like there were a few of those waves where it was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's all a step of faith, but it's
Yeah.
like you go plant a church, but then you're trying to do things, but you don't really know what you're doing, but you're trying to look
Yeah.
like you know what you're doing because people are coming for the first time. And then it's like over time, you start to go, oh no,
Yeah.
this is who we are. And then we even remember we kind of like redrafted what we called like, it was like a vision statement.
Yep.
Do you remember that? Because it was like we were going, okay, our mission's to
Yeah.
glorify God by making disciples. Like,
But we want to be a church of the community that reaches the community and all that. Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
remember
so we
that.
started, we casted a vision statement and
Mhm.
yeah, man, there's so many moments.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think about there was a day in which we were driving by the school on a Saturday night and we noticed that the band was there. And I think this was
Yeah.
before we got used to the band being there, right? And it was like the next morning was a big morning for us, right? I forget what it was, but it was something like Christmas or something. It was like a big morning.
Yeah, it was one
It
of
was
those
winter.
holidays, winter. They were
Yeah.
also there the night before baptism, which was an interesting
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
to-
And again, like they're great people, great to
Yeah.
work with, but
they
it
won
was like,
nationals last year.
yeah,
so that-
it was great. They're great to work with, but they were there and like I remember going like, man, what are we doing? Like
Yeah.
I was having people over for dinner at my house and I was like, what? Like I got to leave dinner to go figure this out.
Yep.
And then I walked into our office building, the little office building next to Burger King at the time. And there was like a large end of the year gift from someone that's never been to our church, knows our name, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, Lord, like
Yeah.
you're in this. Like I was a really sweet reminder for me. And then I think of when we had baptism Sunday,
Yeah.
like that was again, what a celebration. And just even the way that story plays itself out is just crazy.
Sorry that the water was freezing.
Yeah, the water was very cold. Yeah, it was very cold. Yeah, I mean, you think through like those big Sunday moments. I was telling someone the other day, they're a new church planter. They're on week 3 and they were like recapping things.
Yeah.
And I remember in that season, it was like every single week we got a little bit better at something.
Yeah.
And like that was super fun too. Like that was a really it was like every week you could go, hey, this thing happened today for the first time, which
Yeah.
was super cool. Now I don't think it feels quite that way. Now it's more like seeing people live out their giftings that we didn't even know. Like we've had a couple people lead worship lately
Mm-hmm.
that you've just been like, I didn't even know they did that or
Yeah.
like could do that. And we've got some other people that the Lord's called to our church that are getting ready to serve in some ways that you're like, wow, could
Yeah.
that be more aligned with our heart and vision?
Yeah.
And so
One of the other things that I remember too was our first block party day.
oh yeah.
We went from what's the one over on Southport Road by Moconut?
Buck Creek.
Buck Creek. We went to Buck Creek and it was kind of starting to drizzle a little bit.
Mhm.
And so we're trying to like hurry up and grill. And then we fly over to Beach Mill and it is pouring down rain. So we've got
Yeah.
tents out and everything. And it just felt like their whole community showed up, even in the
Yeah.
middle of the pouring
Yeah.
down rain.
And I remember that night too. There was a guy who, like, with that specific facility, we intentionally have been asked, like, we can say we're a church, we can talk about church, but we're not
Right.
supposed to be like over proselytizing to the facility. And so, but that night, like, the very first conversation I have with the guy who's
Yeah.
from India, he walks over and he picks up one of our bracelets and he goes, "So this is a church thing? What are you guys doing here?" And he
Yeah.
didn't mean it aggressively. Like it was out of curiosity. And it was
Right.
like, wow, Lord, like we don't
Yeah.
even like, we're not trying to be, you know, over
was
the
he
top.
the same guy that let you know they're all vegetarian? And then we
It
went
might
the
have
second
been
time with
later,
snow
yeah.
cones, and they're like,
They
we don't like cold things. We
Yeah.
want warm things.
Yeah. So we're learning. I mean, again, and then you think about worship in the parks.
Yep.
You know, we did the worship in the parks and
Yeah.
remember, we had Linda come over from Green Park Terrace,
Yep.
which now started the relationship there.
Yep.
We're working on our second
You've
Thanksgiving
got
dinner there.
You've got ladies worshiping in the windows, and yeah, that was a cool moment too.
Yeah. Again, there's just really like we could probably go quite a while just thinking through Sunday to Sunday, the ways that the Lord has provided and delivered through his people, bringing his people, sustaining us through hard days.
Mhm.
Even now, it's good to do right now because
Yeah.
we're in the middle of this project here and we're like,
Yeah.
all right, crunch
Feels like it's
time.
never ending, right?
You know,
the
yeah.
list just keeps getting longer.
Yeah, but again, it's like God's been so faithful. And so it's shorter episode today, but I just encourage you, if you've been on this journey with us for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
like how has the Lord been faithful to you, through you, in spite of you in this season of Planting Ascend? And just get ready to celebrate that on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
We'll see you Sunday.
yep. See you Sunday, church.